What? What? Hey guys, welcome back to Chaotic Commentary. Today we ask ourselves the age-old question, am I the asshole? Let's get into it. Am I the asshole for asking for my mom's handwritten recipes back? My mother passed away a few months ago. While we were cleaning out her house, my daughter-in-law, son's wife, took her box of handwritten recipes because she wanted to make a recipes book for Christmas for everyone in the family. I thought that was a nice idea, so I had no problem with her taking the recipes. Last Friday, we had a family dinner where she gave everyone the recipes book. It was very nice and everyone loved them. I thought she would bring the handwritten ones, but she didn't. I texted her on Saturday asking if I can have them back the next time we see each other to make sure each of her grandkids got some of her handwritten ones, but never got a response. My son came over yesterday with a box of recipes but told me his wife felt very disrespected. She made recipes books for all of us and she didn't think I appreciated the effort and was being ungrateful for asking for the handwritten ones back when she assumed they were given to her to keep, and she is disappointed she will not have them. Why would you assume that? Those are her mother's recipes. You are her daughter-in-law. Why would you get them before she would when it's her mother's recipes? Does that make sense? You should have made yourself a recipe book and gave her the recipes back. What is wrong with people? Why do you think you're entitled to something that belonged to somebody else's mother? Excuse me? I never meant to give them to her to keep just to make the recipe book, which are nice, but most of the recipes in there are ones she never made. Daughter-in-law was only around for the last few years while she was sick and never really got to experience her cooking. She left out most of my mother's staple dishes that she made all the time and all her grandkids remembered. I don't hold that against her, but it's the truth. I told my son I was sorry and do appreciate the book she made for everyone, but he told me they need to take a little break from me. What? What? What is wrong with people? What do you need? You need to take a break from her because she wouldn't let you have something that belonged to her mother who just died? How entitled do you have to be to think that you should get the recipes that belongs to her mother, who you apparently didn't even have a close relationship with, if you don't know what her favorite recipes was that she made all the time? What is wrong with you? And what's wrong with your son to be taking her side? No, you're not the asshole at all. Your son is being an asshole, and your daughter-in-law is being an entitled little brat. If you want some recipes, go ask your mama for some, or make up some on your own. The internet's full of recipes. Stop being entitled to somebody else's inheritance. That was her mother, not yours, not even your biological grandmother. That was her mom, and your husband should understand that because since that was his grandmother. If you want copies of the recipes, fine, I will make you copies, but you're not getting the originals. What is wrong with you? Right, next story. Am I the asshole for asking my friend to get a psoriasis scalp treatment for my wedding? I'm getting married in March. My friend Aubrey is a bridesmaid. Aubrey has heavy psoriasis and is self-conscious about it. She's wearing a long sleeve dress in the wedding by her own request. At the time, the only visible places were her arms and legs. In recent months, it's developed on her scalp. She had to buy a special shampoo so the patches and flakes don't show in her hair. Once again, she's super self-conscious. According to her, doing the treatment herself really hurts and makes her feel worse about herself. Her dermatologist prescribed a special shampoo that's supposed to help loosen it so she can brush and comb it out. She does what she can do, it doesn't look too bad, but sometimes she just gives up and the flakes show. They're big, plaque-like flakes that pop up on her scalp. She wears a lot of hats or hoodies. The thing is, I wouldn't have minded her wearing a short sleeve dress and showing her flakes, plaques on her arms and legs, as it's really not an issue. However, because you can't see the redness, just the flakes, her hair looks a little unkempt often. It's her hair, so I don't care on every other day, except my wedding. I originally told the girls I don't care how they do their hair. They don't have to use my stylist, can do it themselves, even if they don't do anything special. However, with Aubrey, I feel it's not too much to ask that she treats it. I spoke to my stylist and asked if she knew anyone who could help. She has an associate at her salon that actually specializes in psoriasis on the scalp. She'd be willing to do the treatment on Aubrey's scalp the day before, giving it time to heal and relax before the wedding. I spoke with Aubrey and explained the procedure. I said I'd be willing to pay for it. She got super embarrassed and reminded me how much it hurts. I said I understand, but that was her doing it. The stylist says she can do it in a way that may hurt a little as it's removing a decent amount of plaque, but she'll be gentle. Aubrey told me no, even when I gave her the stylist number to talk to about it in detail. I tried to be reasonable and said the options were the stylist doing it or Aubrey herself would have to do it. She got really upset and said I'm not a true friend if I can't accept her as is. She's now not returning my calls or texts. I feel bad that I hurt her and I'm wondering if it was an unreasonable request. Am I the asshole? Okay, so this one's a little difficult. I don't feel like she's intentionally being an asshole about it. Yes, it is her body, and if she chooses not to get it done, she chooses not to get it done. Nothing you can do about it. But I don't feel like she was being an asshole just to suggest or offer her the treatment. Maybe because it's like for aesthetic reasons for your wedding, maybe that's where you might come off as being like a little assholey. But if it was for a different reason, like say like she's struggling with her psoriasis and there's no wedding or anything and you offer her this help, maybe it would have been different if it was coming from like that standpoint other than like just your wedding and for your aesthetic reasons because you don't want her psoriasis showing at your wedding or whatever. I don't think you were being a bad friend or not being accepting. I don't know, this one is kind of difficult. Next story. Am I the asshole for banning alcohol from Christmas? My husband's family likes to drink. Every holiday includes multiple bottles of wine/cocktails. I hate drinking. I have never drank. My father was an alcoholic. I think it's childish if you can't have fun without drinking. This year I'm hosting Christmas for a change. I decided since it's at my house, no alcohol allowed, we are all getting older and it's time to grow up. My husband's sister called to ask what she could bring. She saw a recipe for a Christmas martini that she wanted to bring. I told her about my no alcohol rule. She didn't say much but must have told the rest of the family. Some of them started texting me asking me if I was serious and saying that it is lame, but I'm not budging. Now, it turns out my husband's sister is hosting an alternate gathering that almost everyone is choosing to go to instead. It's so disrespectful, all because they would have to spend one day sober. My husband told me he talked to my sister and we are invited to her gathering, and he said we should just go and stop causing issues, but I won't. It's so rude. My husband's mad because I'm making him stay home and spend Christmas with me, but it was my turn to host and I chose to have no alcohol. They could have dealt with it for 1 year. No, you're not the asshole. If you want to drink, that's your prerogative. But if somebody is hosting a gathering, they whatever their reasons may be, if they don't want to have alcohol there, then that's their rule for their home. For you to go behind her back and put together another party when she was supposed to be hosting, that's rude. That is very rude, and the sister is the one causing issues. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna be at this Christmas party all night. You can go home and drink, or maybe you could host an after party where all of y'all could go drink. Like, why is it so difficult just to not have alcohol for a couple hours at a party? It's not like you can't drink for the rest of the day or the rest of the night for Christmas. That's kind of, and it's also kind of messed up that her husband is not taking her side. I know it seems kind of, I guess like a petty situation, but if it's something that's important to her, as her husband, you should be on her side. As long as it's not anything that's like crazy or hurtful. Why are you not on your wife's side? Why is it such a big deal to not have alcohol for a couple of hours? It's not gonna hurt you to not drink for one night, even if it was for one night. Go home and get a drink. I'm pretty sure y'all are doing things separately for Christmas as well, so just have an after party. You don't have to like bogart her party and invite everybody to yours instead. Well, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me down in the comments below what your thoughts are. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.